Hey everybody, I think it's update time. Figured I needed to update everybody in YouTube land, mostly with working on cars and stuff. I said that really weird. Yeah. The other day, well, actually several months ago, the battery in my Ford Fusion has been getting weaker and weaker. Like when it first started getting cold, that was sign number one. When I'd go out there and I'd start it when it's cold and it cranks really weak. And then it starts, and as long as you drove it every day, it would be okay. If you let it sit more than a couple of nights, then we'd have another really sluggish start. Except the other day, went to start the car and it wouldn't start. Battery was dead. So I jumped it thinking I could just go drive it around a little bit. Alternator would charge his battery up. We'd be good to go. But that didn't happen. I made it to, AutoZone and they tested the battery. And then they said, oh, we gotta have you, shut it off to test the battery. So I was like, okay, thinking no big deal. We could just jump it. So we shut the car off and he tested it. And I guess it showed one of the cells in the battery was dead. So I attempt to start it. No start. Asked him if he could jump it. He says I can't do that. I'm like, what an idiot. Why didn't you tell me that before idiot? So we push started it with no help from them. But we tried to the first time, we failed. The second time they saw that we were trying to push start it. So they actually did help push start it. So thanks for that, but still, idiot. So I drove it home and I stuck a really inexpensive battery in it because I don't plan on keeping it much longer. So I stuck a $48 Walmart battery in it, which is the wrong size, but we'll see how that works. It's like the cheapest battery they make. It's got a 1-year warranty, but I've heard of them lasting 2 to 3 years, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And if I'm not keeping it, it's not a big deal anyway. But that took an annoyingly large amount of time to get that job done. Of course, as you know, if you have a taller battery, the battery cables have to reach a little higher and everything in this car is just snug. So I had to fight with it a lot and kind of redneck engineer it into working. So it works. It fits a little funky. Couldn't put the battery brace that goes over the top of it back on because it's not built for a slightly wider battery, so it wouldn't even fit. But you know what? I ain't keeping the car, doesn't matter, and actually that will never affect the drivability of the thing anyway, so it's not really something to worry about. On top of that, let me tell you, it is February 18th, 2017. It's a Saturday. And so next Thursday, probably Thursday, Friday at the latest, I really, really want to get a drone. So depending on how things work out, it might be a Phantom 4. If that doesn't work out for several reasons, it might not work out. There's a small chance that it won't work out quite like I think it might. And if it doesn't, then instead of a Phantom 4, it could turn into a Phantom 4 Pro. I just don't know. Honestly don't know. It's going to depend on what can happen relatively quickly because I have a feeling I won't be able to wait. Like when the chance happens, when the chance comes, the opportunity pops up and it's time to go get a drone, I know I'm going to be really impatient and I want to start bringing cool drone content to the vlogs as quickly as possible. Of course, work on my piloting skills so that I can get really good at using the drone. Then, of course, I need to work on Part 107 from the test that the FAA requires you to have in order to do work commercially with drone. And then, we'll make things happen. We'll make cool things happen. So what will happen? Don't know. One thing guaranteed, you guys will see some cool drone footage, Klamath Falls, nearby, all of that stuff. Bring you cool sunsets, all that cool stuff that having a drone is going to give me the power and the access to do. Anyway, this has already turned out to be way longer than I wanted it to be, but just an update. I don't know. I guess that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. It makes the world turn around in circles counterclockwise. Did you know the Earth spun around counterclockwise? Now you do.